So coming up next, we have Qanta Shimizu from BASSDRUM. I'm very excited about this presentation. I already feel Qanta's a kindred spirit. He has initiated a technical directors collective that he's going to be talking about today. Something unique, I think, in his working community that some of you might find familiar for things we do in the West, but at least talking to us about what it took to build his technical director community and the kind of work they do. So I'm very excited to introduce you now to Qanta.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Here. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me to this awesome thing. Thank you so much.
We're really happy to have you here. So we're going to leave you the room for your presentation, and we'll be back when we're ready for question and answer.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna talk.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Can I start now? Is my presentation up? Okay. Seems like I can start. And yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for coming to watch this presentation. Thank you so much. And today I'm gonna talk about my experiments, which I have done for 3 years. And so I'm gonna talk about what happened when we kickstarted TechDart Collective. And okay. And so the Tech Director Collective, which I'm going to talk about, is named BASSDRUM. This would be maybe the first Tech Director Collective in the world. I'm going to talk about this, and before that, let me quickly introduce myself and introduce who I am. I'm Qanta Shimizu. I'm working as a Tech Director, and so I'm based in New York City and originally from Japan, Tokyo. And this picture is I got the blue flowers in the spring and experiment to compose it with my animation Zoom conference. And so this video actually went viral in Japan. And by the way, let me talk about my history for a bit. And I started my career as a software engineer and in the Japanese Tokyo-based digital production and image source. And so I used to be a programmer. And after that, I started my career as a creative director when we founded the creative agency, which is named Party. And let me talk over the video. So these are including my previous works. After from 2013, I moved to New York City, and I started my business in New York City then. And actually, I was 37 years old, and I couldn't speak any English so much. I can speak so much in English, and so it was tough, and I struggled for 7 years, and I've been here for 7 years now. And so based on this, so I started my career as a software developer, and afterwards I became a creative director, then handling the creative overall. And so based on this, and I'm kind of hybrid of software engineer and the geeky technologist programmer type of person, and hybrid and the creative director type of the kind of ideation and thinking type of person. I'm hybrid. In other words, I'm in between guy. And so after making business in Party New York, and my business party named Party New York, and after making that relatively successful in New York City, and as an in-between guy, I determined to kickstart my idea. So I had paused for long years, and that's hold on. That's BASSDRUM, which is the Tech Director Collective. I initiated this in 2018. Let me start to explain about the Tech Director, what Tech Director is. Probably a lot of people know about this, and Tech Director is translator and the connector of working between the left side and the right side. The left side including the creative and the business and the concept and thinking layer. And the right side, here is the technology and the engineer and the programming. And so this is making layer. And we tech directors are working between thinker and the maker. And in other words, digital manufacturing professional who translates creativity and technology. As I told, I'm from the kind. I can understand the BASS protocol. I used to be a creative director, and I used to be a programmer. I'm programmer right now, and so I can understand the BASS protocol, and I can be a translator. And I gathered this type of people in one team. So that's the bass drum. So I would like to talk about this experiment. And so bass drum is not just a company. Someone is working as an employee. Someone is working as a freelance, and someone is participating beside other companies. And so there is a gradation with the level of commitment. And so in other words, it's a company and also a community. And about basically all the tech directors, we have over 22, 3 tech directors in the team, and they are working together under the umbrella of BASSDRUM now. And first, my idea was raising the level of overall tech directors by exchanging knowledge and experience. So that was my initial idea. But I didn't know what's going to happen eventually. And it's been almost 3 years, but this tech directors collective idea was super experimental at that time. No one has organized this sort of community. And even I, who initiated this, didn't imagine what's going to happen. So today, I would like to talk about the what happened and what the outcome of this community and collective after 2 years. Anyways, what we did first was sharing and sharing. And it's super important for us for raising up our expertise as technologists and to share the knowledge and experience. And for example, we're doing the catch up in workshop, and we are sharing our recent stuff, what we've done recently, and with the team, and with the people inside BASSDRUM, outside BASSDRUM, and on that, when we got the new devices, we can purchase the new device and test with that, and share the knowledge and the experience getting from the device, and we're gonna share the knowledge. And so I'm gonna show some videos and demonstrations of our experiment, and what we are testing every day, and so every technology, various technology, which is including like virtual human experiment and or this kind of online broadcasting experiment, and or this kind of XO mixed reality thing, or machine learning, or getting the point clouds with the sort of expensive camera, and recent motion tracking technologies. And of course, we're working for the virtual production-ish stuff, like this. And we're experimenting and sharing. This sharing and experimenting was the first thing I wanted to do. This was super, super important, and to raise our basic level of tech directors. And so by collaborating with each other, so we are raising up our level in daily business and experiment. And I'd like to show the next one. But we came across that we got the stronger effect after working together for some months together outside the experiment and sharing. And here are kind of various technologies in the world, and then now in 2020, traditional stuff like a backend system and front-end development, these basic things. And on the we have new technologies, including AI or Internet of Things or blockchain technology-ish things. So we have a lot of options, and technology is not specific. And so BASSDRUM has eventually, over 20 people in the community. And they're diverse, actually. They're not specific. And so as a BASSDRUM, as a community, we are not specific for specific technology. And this is very important thing. For example, I'm talking over talking to talk about the hospital when we talk about the BASSDRUM. And BASSDRUM is not specific. BASSDRUM is not a clinic. And you can see this is a kind diagram of the map of the consolidated hospital. This here is a pediatrics, and here is OB-GYN, and here is dermatology. And consolidated hospital is not specific. They are covering all the categories. And like that, BASSDRUM is working as a consolidated hospital of technology. We're having a mechanic department and AI machine learning, digital transformation, and then the blockchain backend system, website app, and the AR/VR and IoT, various diverse departments. And we're gathering the kind of professional for each categories. And again, we are not specific. And this is super important, as clients can come to us and ask everything. And in earlier stage of the project or ideation phase, some clients don't know what technology they need. And in this kind of case, we can start to suggest which technology they need to utilize. And we can present, you should use this technology, or you can combine this technology and this technology-ish. And we also have a very important side effect of that. And as we have diverse technologies in the team, we are super flexible for larger and more complicated projects. Not simply independent technology. So what we realized is we can integrate with each other. And so nowadays, there is a more complicated and larger project. When we encounter this kind of project and this kind of idea, and we have various professionals, and so actually it's super easy to organize the team and handle that kind of complicated things. And so this is a strong effect, which we had never expected at the beginning. So this was super stronger effect. And I'm gonna introduce some cases and to explain the outcome from our integration. I'm gonna start from here. And the first, we've worked for some XO show online presentation stuff. This is a AR presentation for Nissan Motor Show, Tokyo Motor Show. And as you can see the kind of actual car displayed in real time, and we are overlaying the computer graphics and augmented reality layer on this. And so here, this is the actual car, and we're processing the rotation of the car and the rotation of the camera in real time. And let me go to the next project. And this project is also augmented reality thing. As you can see, this is online presentation, and in this kind of actual venue, the president of Line, Japanese startup messaging service, is going to present their new business, and they're talking on the in front of the green back, and they're talking about their new services, and in the screen we are showing the augmented reality effect like this. So when we did this kind of thing, this is super complicated actually, and so we need to combine, we need to integrate the various technologies. Like first, we need to use larger equipment, including camera and the projectors, and so we have a strong professional for this area. And we also have a software integrator, and they need to work for the system to connect two areas, and the data from the devices and the visualization. And of course, we need to have someone in charge of visualization. So we at least need the three categories of technologies here, and for this kind of complicated project. But we have diverse people from the beginning, so we can start the project at the same time, and we can construct the kind of better structure from the beginning. So the basically project is gonna proceed very smoothly. So that's our strength. And the next one is more like product development stuff. And so this is a product named Lyric Speaker. And so this is literally Lyric Speaker, and the speaker is showing the lyrics synchronized with the music. And
has historically played a pivotal role.
So actually, yeah, like this. And actually, we need to this speaker is already sold and manufactured and sold in the market, and that means we started to make we needed to start to make the prototype at the beginning, and afterwards we reproduce the manufacturing structure, and this is in our factory direction. And also we need to do the software and the visualization for the screen. And we also need to organize the tune data and the lyrics data in the backend, and also need the product manager to organize all the project. And so we need to consolidate the various technologies for this kind of complicated product. And of course, we're doing the service design and the system direction, and to help the startup business, and to help the new service of the client side. And so we're working for application, we're working for the e-commerce, and we can work for the new social media thing. When we work for this kind of web-based or app-based service, and of course we need the product manager and to define the user experience, and we also need to include front-end developer and the back-end system and the infrastructure and app developers. So by the way, we need to gather, and we need to start with diverse colleagues to start and to organize this kind of recent complicated project. And so in the conclusion, we have diverse people in the community, and so as a result of gathering diverse tech directors, we can integrate with each other. And so we realized that we became very strong team to integrate the various technologies in one team. And so we are now working, we initiated this community and culture from Tokyo, the city I was born. And but now we have a strong Kyoto team. And I'm connecting from New York City, and we also have a colleague in Taipei. And so thank you. And so let me keep talking. And so now we are expanding our community and the culture. And it's been 3 years since I started this community. And so now we are expanding into started including the people from New York City and or China or various countries. And so we would like to expand our culture more and more globally. And so please keep in touch, and thank you for listening today. And thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Qanta. I think
Thank you so
you will
much. Thank you.
find you will find many like-minded and compatible community members out of the people that Matt and I know all around the West. So I think this is a great introduction to what you're building, and I think I'm excited to connect you with a lot of the people that I think approach their work in a very similar way, that act as a bridge between the technology and the creative.
That's exciting. And that's exciting. And I hope this whole situation can be over. And I would like to start traveling and see a lot of people.
Yes, that would be good. Matthew, I'll give you the floor. Do you have any comments or questions?
No, it's comments, I guess. It's one of these things that allows your imagination to run away, but it's because you refer to it as a collective. Structurally speaking, as somebody who's run a business that does not have a traditional management structure, how do you deal with that aspect of it in terms of keeping it cohesive, but distributing the power or the way people contribute, which is part of being a collective. I mean, that strikes me as just day-to-day management of something like this is interesting, because it gets to the center of our collaboration as people in this industry.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can answer to your question correctly. And so we have a lot of people, diverse people in the community, and so actually we are trying a lot of way to keep our community cohesive and helpful for the industry. And for example, we are doing the day-by-day meeting, and it's called Fika. And actually, we are not talking about the business. We are talking about the random things, and mainly primarily about the recent technologies. And so the trick is we are all technologists, and we all love the technology, and we already have the same interest and from the beginning. So that's good to be the skill and job title based community. And so this is super effective to keep it cohesive. I'm not sure if I'm answering to your question correctly, though.
Well,
to a degree,
think there's someone on I think there's someone on the team who, while you guys can explore all the technology and enjoy that part of being in a collective, someone is still keeping you guys on a schedule and making sure the bills are paid and the lights are on. So it does require certain team members to do the business side.
Okay, I understand. Sorry about that. And so actually, at the beginning we were all tech directors, and but we after that we realized that, and yeah, if we are all tech directors, and we need tech directors need to do other things actually, PR stuff, and finance stuff, and a lot of legal stuff, and so actually we are sharing the hiring the producers and community managers and financial manager, and so kind of this collective is not just the tech directors collective, and we are sharing the outside resources together, and so that's also connecting the whole of the community altogether.
This sort of thing is interesting because you can do this now because the communication tools are there, the collaboration tools are there, and so the idea of a business that is distributed but has these shared resources seems very interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I can say for now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, so it doesn't matter where I am, and I'm organizing this community from New York City, and Tokyo guys are working together. There is no stress, and so it's super thankful for recent technology, and I'm happy to born in this internet era.
Where you can be anywhere and make this work happen. It's definitely an interesting time.
Right, definitely. Very experimental, actually.
Well, I think you've described some really interesting projects, and of course, I'm always fascinated, but this is maybe too long a question, about bringing in a new client and that those first meetings where you have to try and understand what they actually need, because so many clients have trouble describing what they need produced. Do you have any special tips for our listeners about how you talk to your clients?
Yeah, so we are tech directors collective, and but in other words, and a lot of people cannot understand how technical director can work, and so we are calling ourselves as a execution consultant. So we know how to execute and how to develop the system and the structure, and so basically, we're gonna hear the idea and a very basic and abstract layer, and we basically start from the phase and abstract layer, and so it's more effective to work together from the earlier stage, and from the concept, and before kind of before making the detailed ideas. And the trick would be getting into and start to talk with the client from the earlier stage, and that would be a more effective way to use us.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Qanta. It's wonderful having you here today, and I look forward to
Thank you so
meeting more
much.
of your team members as we do more events.
Yeah. Can't wait seeing you in person. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
we'll